Hi guys, I just wanted to give you a little introduction about our last project of the year for chemistry, right? And just kind of, we're finishing up, right? We just have a few weeks left. We're getting there. So well done, you guys. Hang in there. Here's kind of our plan. I wanted to kind of go through your plan. If you are a senior and listening to this, you don't need to, right? Because as seniors, you have your own requirements for graduation, right? You have your own separate project. But if you were not a senior, right? If you're a 10th or 11th grader, then this is for you. This is how you finish chemistry. Um, Basically, we're going to change things up a little bit and give you the chance to kind of make some choices about how you want to finish the year and kind of meet your requirements for credit for the class. And so I want to talk through that a little bit. This here, so what do I need to finish chemistry? And I sent this out in a Skyward email before that hopefully you got, but just to kind of clarify, we're kind of at the end here, and some students have been able to complete every assignment and have really stayed on top of things, and many people have actually brought up their grades, which is awesome. Some people have different challenges or different things going on, so they haven't been able to complete anything. So here's kind of the minimum requirements to earn credit for chemistry this semester. You need to make sure you've earned at least a 3 on your summatives, okay? So we basically had 3 summatives, including that balancing reactions flip grid, and you can't just phone it in and press some buttons or whatever. Like, you have to show that you've learned on all 3 of those summatives, okay? So first requirement. If you got a 2, a few of you kind of got a 2 there, and so if that is you, you can kind of check in with me about that. But most of you that attempted the summatives got at least a 3, right? So you want to go back, check Skyward, make sure you don't have any of those summatives missing, okay? And then the second thing is you need to earn at least a 3 on this final project. And you've got all the way until June 12th to get those things done, okay? So part of the nice thing about having this project is if you want to get done with chemistry, you just get this project done, you turn it in, and that's it, right? You got those 3 summatives done, you've shown learning on those, you've got this project done, you've shown good learning, you're good, you're clear. And what that means is then you either earn your March 17th grade, that's posted in Skyward, or a higher grade. So many of you have actually increased your grade from there, and so that's the grade you'll earn. But if you do those things, right, show mastery in all 3 of those summatives, as well as this project, you get that, at least that March 17th grade, okay? So that's kind of the plan, and if you have specific questions about your situation, please let me know. I'm happy to check in with you guys about that, all right? So a little bit about the choice grid. So the 2 choices here. This one's, you can see this on your own slide. So I've also posted these. You basically have 2 choices for projects. So you can do one set of projects called chemistry in the community, and within that set, you can choose 3 things. You've got a lot of options of things to explore. Or you can do problem solving for science. I kind of call it math boot camp. And this is what I would really recommend. This is what we would normally be doing right now in chemistry, and it's good preparation for future science classes, and especially those of you who are going on to the community college or colleges next year. This is where I would recommend you go. It's a lot about like scientific notation, operations with scientific notation, a little dimensional analysis. But we wanted to give you some choices because we recognize people are in different places in terms of what they want to be doing right now. Okay, so you do one or the other, math boot camp or chemistry in the community. So the problem solving for science, so this is the math boot camp, kind of looks like this, and this is laid out in Google Classroom. So what you want to do is just, I didn't have any way of just hiding this, or you know what, you're going to see 2 options on Google Classroom. So you need to know that you're only doing one of those, okay? So you're either doing problem solving for science, math boot camp, or chemistry in the community. You do not have to do both. And within those, you are just choosing 3 things. So for the math boot camp problem solving, you've got 5 different topics. You have to complete 3 of them. You must do 1 and 3 because I think those are just really important key things. So just quick introduction to scientific notation. You've probably already had it in math, right? And then introduction to metric system, which supposed to get in 5th grade math, but you know, it's a good review. It's something that you will definitely use. And then you can choose to do either 2, 4, or 5. Okay? And when you go through there, I mean, essentially you're just going to be going through a few ed puzzles and taking notes about these concepts, showing some learning with some forms, and then you're going to be reflecting on that learning. Okay? And if you break this into 3 weeks, you know, you just have to do a little bit each week. Or if you've got some time in your hands and you want to knock this out, knock it out. get it done. So again, you have to just earn at least a 3, which is pretty easy to do, right? I tried to keep it pretty straightforward in terms of the practice and expectations because it is the end of May. Right, enough said. All right, so second option is chemistry in the community. And again, you've got choices. So there's 6 different options. You only need to choose 3 of those, okay? So you don't do all 6 of the things. I mean, you can if you're fascinated and interested and you have time to learn. These ones, you don't need to go in any order. There's no requirements. You just do the ones that are most interesting to you. Like some of the activities you might want to check out, they require a little bit of like kitchen materials and things like that. So if that's a problem for you, then you don't have to do those ones. There's enough that are just kind of articles and ed puzzles where you learn about different kind of key chemistry concepts that we didn't, again, have quite enough time to get to this year. Okay, so that's your other option. Do one or the other, not both, unless you just like to learn that. Okay, all pathways, you're going to have a reflection, and I'm going to give you a Flipgrid link, and you're basically going to just summarize, like, what did I learn? All right, and there'll be a little rubric for you so that you can kind of have a checklist and make sure that you follow up, right? So whatever the 3 choices you made, so if you did Math Boot Camp and you decided to do scientific notation, operations and scientific notation, and the metric system, you're going to reflect on those 3 that you did. Don't have to reflect on the 2 that you didn't do. Okay, and then I do want you to kind of submit this, right? So you need to let me know that you finished it, and so then I can grade it and check you off and just give you that confirmation like, hey, you are done with chemistry. Nice work. Or if I'm not getting that turned in, I can follow up with you and say, hey, do you want to finish chemistry? Get this done, okay? So that's a little bit about that plan. This is going to be a summative grade, your final summative grade. So not only do you really need to do it for credit, but it really can help your grade. It can boost your grade. This is a great opportunity to get that GPA up for things like, driving insurance, scholarships, college, right? Lots of good reasons to have a good GPA. It's kind of like choosing your own adventure. If you've read one of those books, they're kind of old. I don't know. They're still around, aren't they? After you finish this, so let's say you finish all 3 of those summatives, right? And you've done this project and you've done a great job, and you still feel like your grade's not where you want it to be. I'll give you the option of doing some extension options, okay? So if you want to continue to boost your grade after this is done, there are going to be some extension options for you. I don't think we need to get into it too much right now, but just know that that's an option for you as long as you've already met the requirements of getting those summatives in, right, and getting this project in. All right, so I hope that helps. I hope that gives you a little more, hopefully, control over, how you finish this year off and what you want to be learning, right? Depends on like what you're interested in. And I think some students, you might like to just get this done with so that you can kind of move on and focus on your other classes, focus on the beautiful weather outside, right? Say goodbye to online learning, spring 2020. I think we might all be there. Can't wait to see your faces in person sometime soon, hopefully, and take care of yourselves.